Howdy roll. Hey guys, thanks for joining me today on this very windy day in Mexico. My name is Sarah, also known as the Bhakti Yogini. If you've never practiced with me before, welcome. I sure hope you enjoy this low back yoga flow. Those of you who know me know that I am a scuba instructor as well, and probably one of the highest complaints among scuba instructors is that their backs are completely screwed up. So I'm making this for you guys, my fellow scuba instructors, but this translates to anyone who's experiencing any kind of low back pain. This is a really easygoing, gentle class, so everyone is welcome. Make sure to support me here, giving you free classes on YouTube by subscribing to my channel and just saying hi to me in the comments. I'd love to meet you. Let's grab that mat and do the dang thing. Get on your mats, sit on your heels, and kind of feel out your space here. You can wiggle back and forth, starting to feel the stretch in the low back. Send the arms forward, fingers are separated. The palms are really pressing into the floor to help push the hips even closer to the heels. Should feel a nice elongation there in the lumbar spine. And bring our breath and awareness into the space. Start to breathe a little bit deeper. And even though this practice is going to be really mellow, really stretchy, bring some noise into the breath. Make it feel as powerful as this wind is around me. We'll take a couple more breaths here. Just tuning into the health of the spine, specifically the low back. We're going to move with a lot of awareness in this space. Make your intention of this practice to move in a gentle way and to move with respect to your spine. Slowly lift the hips up, come on to our hands and knees in tabletop pose. And we'll move into some really slow cat-cows. We feel rooted down in this pose, and as we move, just move very slowly with a lot of awareness on the articulation of the spine. So we inhale, we drop the belly and look up, and we exhale, we notice everything curving in towards the center. Inhale. We lower the belly towards the floor. We feel that extension, and the neck lifts back. We look up towards the sky. And as we exhale, we create that beautiful flexion, feeling each and every vertebra moving. Go through one more round. Really arch it out. Feel that great stretch. And then come to neutral, flat back. Now, we'll bring the left foot on the outside of the right, creating a twist in the spine. And just notice how that feels for your low back. Breathe into this space here, into the different sensations of that twist, and then maybe we lift the left hand up, pressing into the right hand, and we come into a little side bend. Left arm stretching up over the left ear. Last breath. And slowly lower down. We'll come back to center. Switching sides. we'll place the right foot on the outside of the left. Hello, my love. And just feel this twist at first. Really breathing into the low spine. And then once you're ready, we plant down through the left hand and we reach the right hand over. Feeling that nice side stretch in the body. Bye, Chala. Last breath here. And with control, we come back through center. Now, before we move away from hands and knees, use this time to just sort of play, moving the hips from side to side, creating a kind of S curve with the spine. Just moving really slow here, just noticing all the spaces that maybe you're holding tension or all the places that just don't feel quite right. And maybe you can hold and just feel the stretch. Just follow your body and do whatever it's asking you to do at this point. We'll sit back towards child's pose once you've finished with that movement. And we'll all come together here. Breathing deeply, pressing the hips down towards the heels, getting that great stretch in the low back. Inhale, walk the hands towards the body, lifting the chest. We'll lift the hips just a little bit, enough to cross the ankles and come to a seat. Now you may need to move forward a little bit, like I do. And we'll come into kind of a variation of malasana. We'll be seated here with our feet as wide as the mat and our knees nice and spread. Okay? Bring the hands on the inside and we just lower the body as far as we can. Feeling that opening in the hips and also in the back. If this is really intense for your hips, we can walk the feet forward just a little bit, get less of a hip stretch and an even deeper low back stretch. It is like dog time right now. Hello, Deco. You're never in my videos. This is Deco. I see you. Now go away. Go play with the coconut. Go get the cocoa. Where's the cocoa? Cocoa, Deco. Go get the coconut. Go, go, go. I love that works every time. Okay, where were we? So you can walk your feet forward to get less of a hip stretch and more of a low back stretch. So just kind of play with that and see what works for you. But we'll stay here for a few breaths, just stretching in this area. Last breath. Inhale and lift up. With some control, we'll sit back on the sit bones, lift the legs up, and find our boat pose. So our shins are parallel with the earth. This is just a little strengthening. As you probably already know, we have spine problems a lot of the times because we don't have a strong core. So if that's you, or you think it could be you, try some of my core videos and work that into your regular practice and see how that helps your spine health. Last breath here. And we exhale to lower, placing the feet on the ground, knees together. We hug the knees into our chest, lowering the face onto the knees. Last big breath here. And inhale to lift. And now we'll bring the soles of the feet together. I'm going to turn to face you guys. Soles of the feet together. We have a nice space in between the pelvis and the feet, so it's a nice little diamond shape. Grab onto the ankles. We inhale to lift the heart and exhale to lower. We want to try and keep the spine neutral with a little bit of extension right now. And then we'll inhale to lift up halfway, and exhale, we can bring the elbows on the outside and let's just curve the whole spine. Nice deep flexion. Should really feel this in the low back. And probably a lot in the hips. That whole area is connected. So if you have one tight spot in this area, it usually affects all the other areas. Low back, pelvis, hips, all of that. It's all connected. Take our inhale and lift up. And as we exhale, we'll turn towards the left. We'll start right down here in the pelvis, kind of shift slightly towards the left, and then we'll take the twist into our low back. Bring the right hand on the outside of the left knee, and we turn looking over the left shoulder. Take 2 more deep breaths here. It's really windy today. This is crazy. With the exhale, we'll come back to center and go towards the other side. So first we'll shift. That's a really small micro movement. Shift in the hips to turn slightly towards the right. We keep turning in the low back. We bring the left hand to the outside of the right knee, and we look over the right shoulder. Last breath here. And as we exhale, we return to center. Bring the knees together. You can hug them in and float the feet. Just knees to chest. We bring the feet down to the earth, extending the right leg out to the side, and we bring the left foot onto the inner thigh of the right leg. Okay? Inhale to lift up through the spine, and exhale, we turn towards the right, bringing the left hand on the outside of the right leg. You may only grab onto the outside of the knee or maybe the calf, but maybe, if you can reach all the way to the outside of the right foot. Now here, we inhale and stay lifted, and as we exhale, we can fold down towards the leg. Really feel that extension here in the left side of the low back. We'll stay here for a few more breaths. Inhale and we lift up, and we'll set up for the other side. Left leg comes out, right foot onto the inner thigh. We inhale and lift up, and exhale. Once again, we turn this time towards the left, and we bring the right hand on the outside of the left leg. And just find wherever is a good stretch for you. We inhale with that lifted chest, and exhale, we lower down. Wherever you are, you should be getting a nice stretch here in the side body. And last breath here. Inhale to lift up. And exhale back to center. Let's hug those knees in. Float the feet off of the floor. And then place the feet down, and we have that seated child's pose again. Just hugging the knees into the face. I know that sounds a little funny, but you can rest your eyes right on top of your knees and feel that great pressure over the eyeballs. Take an inhale and lift up. I'm going to turn to face the front of my mat again. And we'll extend the legs and find a nice comfortable forward fold. We flex the feet and exhale to lower. Take it easy here. Try and focus the breath into the low back. Inhale to lift up and try and reach your chest towards your feet. And we exhale and fold. We'll stay here for a good 5 breath cycles. Inhale and lift up. Be really slow about it. We'll bend the knees and set ourselves up to lay down on our backs. Knees are bent. We're going to get into working our way towards bridge pose. So we have feet hip distance apart. The heels are close enough that we can touch them with our fingers. And then we can bring our hands onto our hips. Inhale and feel the space. Just notice the space underneath the back where your lumbar spine is. And then exhale, press that part of the spine down towards the floor. So you notice some slight movements in the belly and the pelvis. Just really sinking the low back deep towards the floor. Inhale and release that movement. You can feel the tilt in the pelvis and feel that natural curve come back. And then exhale, press it in. Feel that belly button just sink in towards the spine and maybe up just a little bit. And feel the pelvic floor lifting towards the center of the body as well. Inhale and relax. Let the spine come to neutral again. That gentle curve, and exhale, press the spine towards the earth. Last time, inhale and exhale, spine to the floor. Now place your hands on either side of the body, palms facing down. We'll inhale and lift the hips off of the floor, just finding bridge pose for a moment. Try and keep the knees at about hip distance apart. Feel that engagement in the stomach and in the glutes, the low back, all those muscles working here to keep you stable. And then exhale, we'll slowly roll down vertebra by vertebra, feeling all the way through the low back. Feel it root down into the floor. Beautiful. We'll press into the left foot and lift the right foot up. We'll cross the right ankle over the left knee. Now we'll bring our arms out to the sides, wherever you'd like them, either straight out to the sides or in cactus arms. And we'll just slowly lower your lower body, so your right knee down towards the right side. Use your core and slowly lift back through center. And we do the same thing towards the other side. So this time we're going down towards the left side and we touch the right toes down on the floor. So we're just making this little semicircular movement here, going back to the other side. So the right knee comes down to the right side of the mat. And then lifting up. Really noticing how your low back is moving to be able to do this little sequence. We just touch down with the right toes and then we're back to center. We'll go one more time on each side. Taking it nice and slow. And then finally lift up to center. And we'll hug this pose in. So let's flex the right foot if it hasn't been. We reach the right hand in between the legs, and the left hand comes on the outside of the left leg, and we hug the left leg in towards the chest. So it should give you a nice opening in the hip. Take one more big breath here. Then you can release just a little bit, enough to be able to allow the right leg to let go and extend down on the floor, and we can hug the left knee even closer in towards the body. You can even move that knee to the outside and feel a deeper stretch in the hip. This pose always makes me laugh because I learned it as wind relieving pose. Now you'll never be able to do it without thinking of that, so you're welcome. With an exhale, we'll cross the left knee over the body towards the right side of the mat and come into a really easy spinal twist. Take the gaze over to the left hand. And then with an inhale, we'll come back towards center. And we can hug both knees into the chest just for a moment. Slowly release the feet back down to the floor. We'll plant the right foot this time into the mat and cross the left ankle over the right knee. Bring the arms out to the sides in whatever position that is comfortable for you. We'll slowly lower the left knee down to the left side of the mat, touching down briefly. And then move back through center and come over to the other side. Really nice and easy. Go back to the left side. Float through center. And then right side. One more time. Again, making sure that you're still paying attention to the low back. We're really trying to bring our awareness into the way that it is moving and the way that we support it with our muscles. Maybe this will be able to translate to your everyday life and be able to move a little bit smarter. We'll come back to center. And we'll send the left arm this time in between the legs, right arm on the outside, and we hug the right leg into the body. We'll take a couple more deep breaths here. And then release the pose enough to be able to let go of your left leg and extend it down on the mat, hugging your right knee even closer into the body than before. And again, we can bring the right knee to the outside of the body for that lovely, charming wind reliever pose. Just for a couple of breaths. And then we can bring our arms to the sides of the body and come into a gentle spinal twist. So the right leg goes over to the left side of the mat, and we take the gaze over to our right hand. Last couple of deep breaths before Shavasana. And we come back to center, extending the legs, feeling that soft arch in the low back. We feel all the other points of our spine and back body touching the floor. And close the eyes. Just take a couple of breaths into the space. Notice if maybe you feel a little bit more open right here, whether these stretches have been good for you. I sure hope so. Let go of the deep breathing and just enjoy Shavasana, a little bit of quiet time before going back to your regular life. Jai Shri Krishna. Take a deep inhale and sigh it out. Move your fingers and toes. Maybe take a yawn if you need it. Stretch through the body. Just wake up nice and slow. And take your time coming over onto one side of the body. And slowly pushing your way up onto your seats. And cross the legs. Keep that nice, easy breathing. And try and maintain it throughout the rest of your day or evening. Softly open the eyes and bring the hands into the heart center. And I hope you enjoyed this practice and that it gave you a little bit of relief from whatever pain you're experiencing in your body at this moment. If you liked this, subscribe, check out my other classes. I have tons of them and new ones coming to you every single week. And see here again. Ay, how sweet it is. Jai Jai Shi Radhe.